Welcome to this unboxing of the Gunwerks BR2500 Ballistic Rangefinder. This is the latest in the G7 branded ballistic rangefinder, an improvement over the original version, which pretty much is the granddaddy of ballistic rangefinders. This is specifically set up for long-range shooters and as a sort of design specific for that purpose, as opposed to sort of more generic rangefinders, which tend to be developed for multiple uses. As you can see, this comes with a bunch of accessories, and that little card there will come on to shortly. It's obviously packaged as most of these things are, in a nice little pouch here you can attach to your pack or to a belt. The unit itself comes with batteries and the accessories that you might need, and one little cool extra which we'll show you is as a little zinger. This unit has a 7x magnification and a 26mm objective lens, and it is an eye-safe laser. It measures in inches, MOA, MRAD, and BDC, and uses a CR123 battery, so very convenient. The BR2500 has a tripod mount, as you can see, and it has 4 buttons on the top. The G7 button is the firing solution, and then clearly it has the objectives on the front and an eye cup on the back, which has the 7x magnification. So the buttons on the top are a mode button, a fire button with a G on, and then 2 sort of up and down buttons that you can use. They're quite well recessed, so using them without gloves is probably a requirement by the looks of it. It's a tactile unit, has a nice sort of feel, grippy, rubberized outside, and then you just insert your batteries here on the front, as you can see, nice easy access. Let's give this unit a little weigh to work out how much it is. It's a slightly larger unit, so it will weigh a little more than your average, and it weighs just a little over a pound, as you can see. Now let's just quickly measure it to see what it'll be like in your pack or pocket, or whether you're going to carry it in the carrying case. The main unit's just a little over 5 inches, and then if you include the eye cup, it's about 6. Looking at the unit itself, you can see it's a little larger than your average rangefinder because it has the capability to offer you wind, angle, temperature, and altitude across a broad range of different ballistic drop solutions in milliradians, MOA, BDC, inches, all the way up to 1400 yards. So it will range to 2500, but it will give you a ballistic solution with a single button press out to 1400. And one of the biggest benefits of this is that it is very simple to operate once it's been set up. You look at your target, press the button, and you get a drop solution. The way the unit works is that you manually input up to 5 profiles, which basically describe various cartridges you're going to use with this unit. And unlike others that sort of connect to Bluetooth and allow you to connect to apps, this is using a simpler process where you physically input them into the unit themselves, and then you can call up each of these different 5 profiles when you press the fire button so that you can build a solution directly for that cartridge. Here we can see the process the unit uses. This is actually a picture of the card that comes with it, which is very handy. And you can see essentially what you do is you press the fire button. That provides you with a range, and then you choose one of the input wind options, and you can scroll through various different wind speed options, and then you end up with a total solution. Obviously the unit doesn't provide you with the wind directly. You're getting that from your own looking down range and other tools like a Kestrel, which you then obviously are going to input. And generally most people would tend to pick a 5 or a 10 mile an hour wind as an input into this unit, and so you can scroll between those, or a smaller unit, but 5 to 10 miles an hour being sort of fairly standard. So that's how the workflow process works with this. It's pretty simple, a couple of button presses and you're good to go. And that simplicity is key when doing long range hunting or maybe in competition, where being able to do things quickly and simply is super important. Final takeaway on this rangefinder is the targeting modes. As you can see here, I've grabbed a page out of the manual, and what's pretty good about it is, particularly if you're hunting and you have a backdrop behind your target and that target is a long way away, it is very helpful to be able to scan and choose which type of scan that you want to use or what mode you're going to use to get the most accurate targeting of the particular thing that you're shooting at. If it's an animal behind with trees directly behind it, it can be helpful to change the targeting mode in order to be able to get a more accurate reading on that specific target and not get caught up with other elements around that target which can confuse the rangefinder and give you the incorrect reading. So using different targeting modes allows you then to choose which you believe is the best way to get the most accurate reading for the particular thing that you're shooting at. So all in all, the BR2500 is the latest from the Gunwerks range. It is a manual, non-Bluetooth rangefinder, but it is by far the longest track record and probably the most well-known long-range rangefinder with a true ballistic one-click option for being able to range and shoot a target.